The story begins amidst a fierce war. At the time, the Roman army had launched a major attack on Africa, leading to a prolonged and grueling conflict. What made this war unusual was the commander of the African forces, a Roman man named Lucius. Despite being of Roman origin, Lucius stood with the African army, and by his side, his wife fought valiantly, sharing his burdens and battles. Tragically, during one of the relentless Roman assaults, Lucius's wife was killed. This devastating loss broke Lucius's spirit. Though his brilliant strategies had previously kept the overpowering Romans at bay, the death of his wife shattered his resolve. Overcome by grief, Lucius abandoned the fight, leaving the African forces vulnerable. Without their leader, the army faltered, and the Romans claimed victory, capturing Africa and enslaving Lucius along with his troops. The captives were taken to Rome, where twin brothers Geta and Caracalla ruled. Unlike Rome's earlier leaders, these two were known for their cruelty. Geta was cunning and ruthless, while Caracalla's mental instability only worsened the plight of the people. Under their oppressive reign, Rome became a place of despair. To celebrate their conquest, General Marcus, who had led the Roman forces in battle, arranged a grand spectacle for the public. This event featured prisoners, including Lucius, who were pitted against ferocious, bloodthirsty monkeys in a deadly arena. The sight of the arena triggered a wave of memories for Lucius. As he stood there, fragments of his childhood came rushing back. He realized he had been in this place before. He remembered being a child, hurriedly sent away from this very land by his mother alongside Roman soldiers. This revelation hinted at a hidden connection between Lucius and Rome. The brutal games began, with the savage monkeys unleashed upon the captives. The beasts tore through the soldiers with terrifying speed and efficiency. Amid the chaos, Lucius and his companions observed carefully, formulating a plan. Using their wits and courage, they launched a surprise attack on the monkeys, managing to outsmart and defeat them. Among the spectators was Rome's former general, Macrinus, who closely watched Lucius's remarkable display of bravery. Impressed, Macrinus approached Lucius after the games. He commended Lucius for his strength and proposed a deal. "Fight for me as a gladiator," he offered. "In return, I promise you wealth, freedom, and a life of luxury. Refuse, and you know the fate of prisoners in Rome." But Lucius's response surprised Macrinus. Laughing bitterly, Lucius declared, "I have no interest in your offer. I came to Rome for one reason, to avenge my wife. I want the head of your General Marcus, the man responsible for her death." Intrigued and perhaps moved by Lucius's determination, Macrinus made him another offer. "If that is your goal, I will help you. Marcus's death will be your reward, but in return, you must serve me." The scene shifts to General Marcus, who is shown with his wife, Lucilla, the Princess of Rome. Unbeknownst to Marcus, his fate is being sealed by the very man he once defeated, Lucius, now fueled by vengeance and a burning desire for justice. Rome once belonged to Lucilla's father, and after his death, the kingdom was handed over to Lucilla's first husband, who tragically lost his life in battle. Following his death, Lucilla married General Marcus, who now held a prominent position in Rome. One evening, General Marcus shared his ambitions with Lucilla, declaring that he was the rightful ruler of Rome, not the cruel brothers Geta and Caracalla. He revealed his plans to stage a rebellion and reclaim power. Determined to overthrow the oppressive rule of the twin emperors, Marcus began secretly preparing for a major war against them. The scene shifts, and we see Lucius being summoned once again to fight as a gladiator, a brutal sport designed solely to entertain the ruling class. This time, Lucius was pitted against Darius, a legendary gladiator undefeated for years. The crowd watched in awe as Darius initially overpowered Lucius, but Lucius refused to give up. He fought defensively, carefully studying Darius's moves. Eventually, he identified a weakness, seized an opportunity, and, in a surprising turn of events, overpowered Darius. Using the champion's own knife, Lucius delivered the final blow, stunning everyone in the arena. Even Geta, one of the twin emperors, couldn't hide his admiration for Lucius. He praised him openly, and in response, Lucius recited an old Roman poem that his mother had taught him as a child. The recital left the audience astonished, as it was rare to hear such words from a prisoner. General Marcus, watching closely, quickly intervened and escorted Lucius back to the prison. In their conversation, Marcus questioned Lucius about his origins. The poem, spoken in fluent Roman, had sparked a suspicion in Marcus that Lucius might have ties to Lucilla. Despite relentless questioning, Lucius remained evasive, neither confirming nor denying the connection. The focus shifts to Marcus's rebellion plans. With the support of senators, spies, and influential figures tired of Geta's tyranny, Marcus revealed his secret weapon, a private army of 5,000 soldiers. He detailed his strategy to storm the imperial palace and end Geta's reign. Meanwhile, another deadly gladiator match was arranged, this time involving Lucius and his fellow prisoners. Their opponent, a fierce rhinoceros controlled by a Roman soldier. The arena buzzed with excitement and dread as the fight began. Prisoners were sent in one by one, only to meet a swift and brutal death at the hands of the rhinoceros. When Lucius's turn came, he relied on his intelligence and agility to survive. He dodged the rhinoceros's initial charge and cleverly used mud to blind the beast. As the rhinoceros stumbled, Lucius lured it toward a wall, where its horn became lodged. Seizing the opportunity, Lucius prepared for his next challenge, the Roman soldier controlling the beast. The soldier, a seasoned fighter, proved to be an even greater challenge than the rhinoceros. Despite his best efforts, Lucius struggled to match the soldier's strength and skill. The fight seemed lost when Lucius was knocked to the ground. Just as the soldier was about to deliver the final blow, Geta intervened, signaling to stop the fight. Geta, impressed by Lucius's courage and resourcefulness, decided to spare him and grant him another chance. While addressing Lucius, Geta recited the same poem Lucius had performed earlier. The words stirred memories in Lucilla, taking her back to a time long forgotten, leaving her visibly moved by the connection between Lucius and her past. The poem felt oddly familiar to Lucilla, but she couldn't recall where or when she had heard it. Restless with curiosity, she returned to her chambers, unable to focus on anything else. Finally, as she delved deeper into her memories, the realization struck her. She had recited that very poem to her son, Lucius, when she had sent him away with the soldiers after her husband's death. The truth hit her like a wave. Lucius was her son, the very child she had parted with years ago to protect him. In a flashback, we see the reason behind Lucilla's difficult decision. Lucius was just a young boy when his father died in battle. As per the law, Lucius was the rightful heir to the throne, but his youth made him vulnerable. Fearful that power-hungry enemies would harm him to seize the throne, Lucilla made the heartbreaking choice to send him far away, safeguarding his life. Though it pained her, she believed it was the only way to ensure his survival. Determined to reveal the truth, Lucilla decided to meet Lucius in the prison that very night. When she arrived, Lucius, unaware of her intentions, immediately confronted her with anger. He blamed her for the years of separation, accusing her of pushing him away and failing to recognize him even now. Fighting through her emotions, Lucilla explained, "I never wanted to part from you, but circumstances left me no choice. After your father's death, your life was in danger. To protect you from those who sought power, I had to send you far away. You are my son, the rightful heir to this throne." Despite her heartfelt confession, Lucius's anger did not subside. His mind was a storm of emotions, and he lashed out, cutting her off and sending her away. Lucilla, though hurt, left with the hope that time would heal his wounds. The scene shifts to the next day, where Lucius is forced into yet another battle, even more perilous than the last. This time, the fight took place on a ship adrift in shark-infested waters. The rules were clear. If Lucius lost or fell into the sea, he would become prey for the sharks. Undeterred, Lucius fought with unmatched bravery. He skillfully defeated his opponent and, seizing an opportunity, picked up an arrow and hurled it at General Marcus, aiming to avenge his wife's death. However, his aim missed, and the arrow struck the chair of Geta instead. Though no one was injured, the incident created chaos. General Marcus, sensing danger, retreated to his quarters to continue plotting his rebellion. In his chamber, Marcus was met by Lucilla, who delivered shocking news. "Lucius, your son, has returned. He is the true heir to this throne." The revelation stunned Marcus. For years, he had envisioned himself ruling Rome, but this news shattered his ambitions. As he grappled with the implications, another twist emerged. Unbeknownst to them, a spy overheard their conversation and rushed to inform General Macrinus, the former Roman general who had once offered Lucius a place as his gladiator. Seizing the opportunity, Macrinus, along with the spy, took the information to the reigning emperors, Geta and Caracalla. Betraying Marcus, they revealed everything: his plans for rebellion, his aspirations for the throne, and the return of Lucius, the rightful heir. This betrayal marked a turning point, setting the stage for a dramatic showdown between power, loyalty, and vengeance. Another shocking revelation was delivered to Geta and Caracalla. Lucilla's son, Lucius, had returned, and he posed a threat to their throne. Furious at the news, Geta wasted no time and ordered the immediate imprisonment of both Lucilla and General Marcus. The scene shifts to Lucius in his prison cell, where a soldier stationed nearby begins recounting tales of past gladiators and rulers, including Maximus, Lucius's father. Intrigued, Lucius pries for more information about his father. The soldier obliges and takes Lucius to a hidden armory where Maximus's legendary swords were preserved. As Lucius held the swords, vivid memories from his childhood resurfaced, confirming the truth of Lucilla's claims. He was indeed the son of Maximus and Lucilla. This realization strengthened his resolve to reclaim what was rightfully his. The following day, Geta orchestrated another spectacle, a gladiatorial fight for the public's entertainment. This time, the star participant was none other than General Marcus himself, now a prisoner. Despite his age, Marcus's skill and experience were unparalleled. Gladiators were sent against him one after another, but Marcus effortlessly defeated them all, proving why he was once a feared and respected general. To escalate the drama, Geta summoned Lucius to the arena. The stage was set for an epic confrontation between Lucius and General Marcus. While Lucius sought vengeance for his wife's death, Marcus had other intentions. As their battle ensued, Marcus suddenly dropped his sword and knelt before Lucius. "I know you are the true heir to this throne," Marcus declared, surrendering himself. Geta, observing the scene from his royal box, became enraged. He commanded Lucius to execute Marcus immediately. However, Lucius refused, stating that killing an unarmed man who had surrendered was dishonorable. Infuriated by Lucius's defiance, Geta ordered his soldiers to carry out the execution. Arrows rained down on Marcus, killing him on the spot. The death of General Marcus was a devastating blow for Lucius, but he quickly turned the tragedy into an opportunity. Addressing the crowd, Lucius shouted, "Look at what your king has done. He has killed the greatest general of Rome, a man who dedicated his life to serving this kingdom. If such a loyal man is disposable to this king, then what value do your lives hold? One day, he will turn against you too." The crowd erupted in anger, their faith in Geta shattered. What began as murmurs of dissent quickly escalated into widespread protests. By nightfall, the streets were ablaze with riots, as citizens demanded Geta's removal from power. Amid the chaos, General Macrinus saw an opportunity to further his own agenda. He approached Caracalla, planting seeds of doubt in his mind. "Your brother, Geta, will never allow you to rule," Macrinus whispered. "He craves absolute power and has no intention of sharing it with you." This insidious manipulation added fuel to the fire, setting the stage for an explosive power struggle within Rome. Caracalla, already fragile and unstable, fell victim to General Macrinus's manipulative words. Overcome by anger and jealousy, he turned on Geta, launching a furious attack. In a shocking act of betrayal, Caracalla decapitated his brother with a sword, ending Geta's life. Unaware of these treacherous events, Lucilla arrived at the prison to meet Lucius. Clutching the royal ring once belonging to Maximus, she handed it to Lucius, saying, "This is yours now. You are the rightful heir to the throne." Lucius accepted the ring in silence, his expression filled with a mix of regret and determination. Gently taking his mother's hand, he looked into her eyes and said, "I'm sorry, mother. I failed to save General Marcus, but I won't fail you. I will protect you now." In an emotional moment, he embraced Lucilla. The distance and resentment between them finally dissolved. The following day, Caracalla, now claiming the throne, addressed the people of Rome. Declaring himself king, he announced that Geta was dead. Before the crowd could fully grasp the situation, General Macrinus entered dramatically, holding Geta's severed head aloft. Macrinus accused Caracalla of fratricide, asserting that killing the king was an unforgivable crime. Using this as an excuse, Macrinus ordered Caracalla's arrest and imprisonment. Caracalla, blinded by ambition, failed to realize that he had fallen into Macrinus's elaborate trap. With both Geta and Caracalla eliminated, Macrinus seized the opportunity to crown himself king. His rule was established swiftly, but Lucius, operating in the shadows, began to execute his plans. Lucius entrusted the royal ring to a loyal soldier, providing him with precise instructions. "Take this ring to General Doris," he said. "Tell him that Lucius, the true emperor of Rome, calls for his allegiance." The soldier, realizing that Lucius was none other than Lucilla's son, obeyed without hesitation. He set off to deliver the message and secure Doris's support. Meanwhile, Macrinus, drunk on power and seeking to humiliate Lucius further, summoned him for another gladiatorial contest. Having rejected Macrinus's demand to fight as his gladiator, Lucius became a target of the new ruler's wrath. Macrinus intended to pit Lucius against multiple formidable opponents in a spectacle designed for his personal revenge. When news of this reached Lucius, his anger boiled over. However, he maintained his composure, concealing his true intentions. Unknown to his captors, Lucius had already secured the prison keys from a careless soldier. Waiting for the right moment, he executed his escape plan. Breaking free, he launched a surprise attack on the guards, using their own weapons against them. Lucius broke free and fled, determined to rendezvous with General Doris's army. His mission was clear: return with reinforcements to confront General Macrinus and reclaim Rome. The news of General Doris advancing with his forces reached Macrinus swiftly. Alarmed, he abandoned his planned spectacle and prepared for battle. Soon, the battlefield was set. Two armies stood face to face. On one side, Macrinus led the Roman forces, while on the other, Lucius and General Doris commanded a smaller yet fiercely determined army. Despite being outnumbered, Lucius's troops exuded unmatched bravery and courage. The clash began with intense ferocity, swords clanging and soldiers charging. Amidst the chaos, Lucius and Macrinus found themselves face to face. Lucius declared, "I fight not for power, but to free Rome from the tyranny of rulers like you." With those words, their duel commenced. The fight was relentless, each warrior gaining and losing the upper hand. Sparks flew as their swords collided, and in the heat of battle, their struggle carried them into a nearby river. Even submerged, the fight did not falter. Their determination drove them to the river's edge, where Macrinus managed to pin Lucius underwater. Just as Lucius was on the brink of surrender, his mother's voice echoed in his mind, a poignant reminder of her strength and sacrifice. Macrinus, it was revealed, had ordered Lucilla's execution. Fueled by this memory, Lucius found renewed strength. With a powerful surge, he turned the tide, delivering a decisive blow that ended Macrinus's reign of terror. Emerging victorious, Lucius stood before his people, addressing them with unwavering resolve. "My father, Maximus, dreamed of a Rome where peace would prevail for all its people. That dream was stolen by rulers consumed by greed and power. But I vow to bring his vision to life." The crowd erupted in applause, their cheers echoing across the battlefield. Lucius had not only defeated a tyrant, but also won the hearts of the people. Recognized as the rightful ruler, Lucius ascended to the throne, fulfilling his father's legacy. Rome, at last, had a king committed to justice and unity. And so, the story concluded with Lucius bringing hope and harmony to a land that had long yearned for peace. With this, the movie ends. If you liked this video, then do not forget to subscribe to the channel after liking the video.